onwards and upwards from here. So today we're going to continue our discussion about the Trump triumph continues as how America is changing for the better already with him only being in, he isn't even not even office yet. He's just elect over the last a week and a half. So Don, Sal, welcome to the show.
How you doing?
Awesome,
Hi, everybody.
awesome. Glad to see your faces. Don's in tuning in from sunny Florida. What part of the country are you at, or where are you at right now? Tell everybody.
We're in West Palm, Florida.
Nice,
Yeah,
nice.
yeah,
It's always
yeah.
good. It's always good. So let's get down to brass tacks here. Some of the things that we started discussing in the first 48 to 72 hours. We had, literally the next day, Trump was speaking to 70 world leaders, reaffirming America's global leadership in Trump. And
I think we're having some connection issues for some reason. We lost them. This must be that tech you can't live
Yeah,
without.
well, yeah, exactly. Well, the things that have gotten better, right? I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's gotten better, but
Well, I think so.
unfortunately, we just got plagued with this. The new thing that we got plagued from in the last couple of days, and I don't want to turn it into negative before we even talk about positive, is these current people that are still in office are pushing hard to get this World War III going, and uh,
Yeah, I looked up what you sent me, and I did see a few stories on Reuters and the AP were reporting on that. It's because I think a lot of it has to do with Biden sending 275 million in weapons to Ukraine. So of course Putin's getting ticked off, and now Putin was threatening nukes. They had reported. So what you had sent me was accurate, but we just don't know a timeline on that yet. But I don't know what Joe's doing, but I think he's trying to make it a mess before Trump gets in January.
well,
Do you think that?
right,
Yeah, we're having some
impossible to get any
connection issues. You're freezing up a little bit, but I think we're getting you.
clusterfuck. But I mean, God, I hope this thing doesn't go banana and get him in office. So,
Yeah.
oh, am I?
Yeah, you're freezing up a little bit.
Sal,
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
can you hear me?
I could hear you. The picture's freezing up. You were cutting out a little
Okay.
bit, but we still lost Marcus. I don't know what happened to him. Might be the connection problem. But yeah, we might have to restart this.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're definitely
So,
having some
but
lag.
the positives, right? That have gone on. I mean,
Yeah, we're definitely having some connection issues, Don. I don't know if you could hear me.
I restart it.
hey guys, are you still on? Hey guys, we have a small technical difficulty. Somehow we lost our connection to the studio. Give us 30 seconds to hopefully get this sorted out. I'm back on. Please jump on. I thought you guys would continue. Hey everybody, sorry for that. We'll be momentarily, joined by Don and Don and um, Don and Sal. We have people watching. Get back on plow, please.
Yeah, we're back on. I was losing Don though. He was freezing up too.
Okay, well, you know what? I mean, we knew that was a possibility, and if Don's got to jump off, then it is what it is. We'll do the best we can. We just got to keep on keeping on.
If you guys
We can't
got
let our
bad connection,
viewers
just
down.
let me know. I'll jump off and I'll rejoin. Okay. Just let me know.
Sounds good. Sounds good. So let's get back to what we were discussing here. Again, my apologies to everybody for technical difficulties. You know, sometimes this shit happens. You know, went live the first time, and a couple times, and it was smooth as silk. And the next thing you know, there's all kinds of gremlins in the wiring. So, but let's talk about the first couple days Trump was in. You know, speaking to 70 world leaders, Susie Wiles, chief of staff, first woman in history to hold the position. You know, shattering the whole bullshit of glass ceiling and misogyny and all this other crap. I think it's a phenomenal pick. I think she's going to do phenomenal well with it. You know, Steve Madden cuts his ties with China and he's going to reduce his manufacturing 50% within the year. That's huge. I mean, we're talking the first 2 days. Peace in the Middle East. Hamas calls for the end of war. Iran backed Houthis announced ceasefire. Putin's openly ready to work towards peace. I mean, you know, it's just getting better and better. And I know, Sal, you had a whole list of things that you had pulled up. Why don't you share the things you found?
Yeah, what I had said in the last show, which I thought was pretty interesting. These were the things that happened. Well, obviously, we knew about the stock market. That immediately went to a record high.
Yep.
And I had also talked about that huge caravan, over 3,000 migrants heading this way. A lot of them actually were starting to turn around and head back to Mexico. So that was good. And then we had already talked about Hamas calling for an end of the war. I think that happened the very next day. I think they seen the writing on the wall.
Absolutely.
Also, cryptocurrencies have skyrocketed, especially Bitcoin. I think it's over 90,000 a coin now.
It is.
Like you had said, Putin's ready to end the Ukraine war, although I'm not so sure about that anymore.
Yeah.
Because today it was reporting that Biden, and I had said this earlier when you had cut out, that he sent $275 million of weapons to Ukraine. That's what he's doing.
Long-range missiles, is what I heard.
And that's ticking off Putin. Also, Qatar kicked out the Hamas leaders. The EU will buy U.S. gas, not Russian gas anymore. Putin's going to sell oil in U.S. dollars. Zelensky phones Trump and Elon. That happened, but I don't know what came out of that. And also, this was big in the news too. New York City Mayor, I believe Adams, he's ending the vouchers for the illegals for them to get the free stuff, the free food.
I love it.
So he's starting to turn around. All of a sudden, it's like ever since they had dinner that they had, and Trump called them out and said, you know, I feel bad for you. I know what it's like. I don't know if you guys were able to watch that dinner.
I did. Yeah, it was a phenomenal.
Yeah, he kind of like took his side and said he felt bad for him. So all of a sudden, it seems like it's turning around, at least. But yeah, the New York City mayor said they can't afford it anymore. I don't know where that ideology was the last 3-4 years. Also, Mexico has agreed to stop some of the migrants coming at the border. We'll see if they actually do that, but that's what they're saying. China wants to work peacefully with us, but that could just be rhetoric. I don't know. And also, a lot of big U.S. companies that are in China are talking about coming back because the tariffs are going to kill them. So those are things that happened in the first couple days.
And going back to the New York thing you were talking about, the mayors of the sanctuary cities said they were fighting back, and they were saying that we're not gonna back down. It was L.A., San Francisco, Boston, Chicago. However, New York, like you were talking about, he's fighting back and saying no, we're closing up the sanctuary cities no more. So that's awesome.
Well,
go ahead, Dan. Sorry.
Yeah, the whole thing is the money's got to come from somewhere, right? It's not coming from these cities because these cities are broke. They're bankrupt. I mean, these liberal states and cities are bankrupt. They're getting money from the U.S. government, and they're just giving our money away. Well, if the government's not going to allow it, they're not going to be able to do it. And now they're, even like J.B. Pritzker, he's threatening to sue if they don't get the funds. But the line is, you know what? You got to stop the bleeding.
Don, we're getting you cutting in and out. At least on my end, Don's cutting in and out a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's
Don, if you could hear us, you might want to back out and come back in and reboot because you're freezing
so
up.
we can't resolve. We have.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. Let me. I'm gonna message him right now. You know, yeah. If we don't have solid connections, we're just, you know, Sal. Maybe it's just you and I gonna run this one here. So it is what it is. We pivot and we go do what we have to do.
Yeah, maybe he could back out and try to get back
Don,
in and reboot.
your network system is bad. Please jump off.
There he's off.
Okay. All right. There we go. So let's continue. I wanted to show the clip that you know, Trump's 10-point plan. So let's show everybody that, and let me share the screen here. And for those that haven't seen it yet, because it's not easy to find, I tried searching for it all over YouTube, and they're not making it easy to find. But here we're going to show it to you on Straight Up No Bullshit. Give us 1 second. I'm going to pull it up right now. Let me know if you can hear it, Don. Okay.
You got to raise the volume. Can't hear it, Marcus.
Can you?
No.
You said you can't hear it?
No, I can't.
Okay, hold on a second.
This is his 10-point plan.
Yeah.
That you're gonna play.
Let me.
I know there was news today that he gave Dr. Oz something today too.
Really? What did he give him?
Yeah, I can't remember the name of the title. It was just announced. I seen it on the TV, but I know he's got Dr. Oz in the mix now. But I could look that up.
That's awesome. It says also share audio tab, so the audio should come through. Let's try this again.
Okay. Yeah, it's still real low. Can't hear him. Yeah, it's real low. I can't hear it. But Dr. Oz was put in charge of Medicare and Medicaid. Don's back. I think we got you back, Don.
So.
I can't hear this. Can our audience?
Yeah, I don't know. I can't hear him either.
I heard it fine, so I'm not sure why your guys aren't hearing it. So,
yeah,
this is very frustrating. Sorry, folks, but we will we'll figure this out one way or the other. But let's continue talking about you know, the benefits that we're seeing. I don't know if you see it, but vaccine stocks are down. Processed food stocks are down.
I wonder why.
Florida's agreeing to pull fluoride out of the water. I mean, we're not even 2 weeks into this thing. Or actually, we are two weeks into it. It's like, you know, it's amazing. I don't know if you heard this also. Morning Joe co-hosts hold a sit down with Trump after 7 years.
Yeah, I know.
So the question is, are they trying to be noble, or the numbers come down and say you're losing it, and you guys better get on the bandwagon? Because I know MSNBC is down 54%, CNN is down 26%, additional 500 layoffs. Chris Wallace resigned. Fox News is steady, and you said Newsmax that you watch is kicking ass.
It was up over 57, 58% that they reported last week. that they were up. So I think there is a shift, and I don't think that Morning Joe did that. I think they did that because of the ratings. It could be whoever's in charge of MSNBC said, "Hey, we need to bridge the gap here and try to do something," because the way they talked about Trump over the last 3 or 4 years, I can't see them all of a sudden now saying, "Oh, I think we need to communicate." Well,
they've misled and lied to the people for so many years that nobody trusts that except for the people that have been completely brainwashed. And there's so few of them. So as far as I'm concerned, put a fork in them. All of those mainstream medias are done. It's only a matter of time before they're completely collapsed. All those people are going to be looking for jobs, and who's going to want to hire a bunch of liars? So, I mean, good luck to them all. I hope it all goes upside down and it's done. I'm not a fan of any of that, including television, any of this stuff, because they leak the agendas and everything. It's not just the media. It's Hollywood. It's all of this nonsense. So, you know, I truly believe, I've been listening to a lot of podcasts and stuff, and they all say the same thing. And they say that this is the new way of people getting their news, finding trusted people that they like and getting their data, and then they can go ahead and research the data. But if it's logical, it makes sense. But when you listen to the mainstream media, nothing's logical. Everything's just all, you know, made up and lied. And I think a lot of people have realized that they've been lied to. Even a lot of the people that voted in that direction, I think a lot of those people, some of them are disgruntled and they think that, you know, the election was taken from them. But I think there's a lot of people that actually realize that they've been lied to, especially now with Biden trying to do this World War III. He's doing everything he can to create a World War III before he gets out of office. I mean, come on.
We talked about that earlier. Yeah,
it's scary. It's scary, the fact that you know, the American people have won, and they're still not willing to do what the American people are asking them to do, which is back the fuck down. Let's just go, you know. And so, what are they going to try to do? You know, cause World War III and then put a stop to the election? I don't think that's going to happen. So I do hope Trump is a way of calming it down. It's tough to do when you're not fully in charge, you know. But
I think to go on, and we talked about it at the last live show before we had those problems, was that people don't want to sit and just listen to people read off the teleprompter anymore.
Right.
They want to do like Joe Rogan said. If you remember what Joe Rogan told Trump, he says, "I invited Kamala on here." He goes, "I would be respectful to her. I just want to sit down and have a conversation." And
Right.
I think that's what the people are turning to, because they feel that's more genuine than someone like Morning Joe or the buffoons on The View just spouting their hatred. I think some of the people are just tired of the hatred. I've even seen a few clips on The View where a couple of the ladies, if you want to call them that, even start arguing a little bit amongst themselves, talking about some stuff. And you're seeing it on CNN also, because I think a lot of these people in the mainstream media are worried that their credibility is shot now. Well, so I think that's what's happening.
It is. And what's happening is that what's going to happen, I personally believe, because what's happening now is it's gone beyond lies. It is now in the realm of malice. Mm-hmm. And when you put malice, what's going to happen, you know, and the media is classic for this. They would throw out a lie, throw out a bunch of falsehoods, and see if it sticks. And they expect people that have, you know, 1 inch thin skin to absorb it and take it all, and they're just gonna go, you know, hopefully, you know, sway the votes, sway the people. And what's happening is that they're defaming people, which, you know, they're defaming the people that they fear. And what's going to happen is, I personally believe, I hope this, maybe it's more of a hope than a belief, but I can't wait for these precious lefty commie fucking media to get arrested and then be tried in open court where the lies are all exposed with the facts, and let them rot in jail.
I saw an article on that, Marcus. I saw an article where they were talking about that, and they were saying all these spreaders of all this these things that was deteriorative to the United States and the citizens, that was lies, that they're going to actually have these people, they're going to have their day in court, and they're going to, I think that they are scared. So I think a lot of them are lightening up, and they're like, oh, they're trying to be all nicey because they realize what's coming down the pipe. And I think it should happen, because anybody that's taken money okay, to purposefully destroy America,
Right.
I think should be held accountable. And especially if you have a microphone and you have a large audience and you're paid to do it, it's a crime as far as I'm concerned.
Absolutely, it is. It absolutely is, and hopefully they'll be tried. Hopefully, Fauci will be tried for crimes against humanity. Now, my question to you all is: do you think that there's still going to be people that are either going to don't they won't, or they're not going to believe it, even if it's brought out factually in an open court?
No, I think the people still are going to believe them. Like we had said in that first episode when I joined you guys, the people are brainwashed. I think you
Yeah.
or Don had said that.
They're hypnotized.
You know,
Yeah.
Hypnotized.
You could see it on our TikTok when we, I mean, specifically the one that I was on with your guys with the TikTok. When I brought up some of those things that Trump had accomplished, someone on there said it was BS and none of it was true. So, I mean, all you got to do is just turn on some of the media. I mean, even CNN was reporting that stuff. But you just have these people that just believe it. If they see someone on the TV saying it, it's gospel. They don't do any research themselves. They don't look into it. They just believe what those, and you have a whole bunch of people that watch The View and take that as fact, just like you do with a lot of the TV shows. The one that's on Comedy Central, I can't think of the name of it right now, but they listen to that and they just think, oh, that's the news, that's the facts, and it's not.
The View cracks me up because unfortunately, when I go to the health club, it's on the TV, and I'm like, boy, I didn't bring a barf bag. I better get out of this locker room pretty damn quick because between the looks of these people and what's coming out of their mouth, I want to vomit. Okay.
I'm waiting for a lot of them to leave. I seen that cruise that's going $40,000 a year to go for 4 years on the cruise to get away from this country, or you could spend less and do the midterm cruise for people to go away. And they even interviewed the guy who owns the cruise line. He says, well, we had this idea even before the election ended because we knew that over half the people in the United States would want to get away. So I wish some of these celebrities would just go.
So explain that. They're offering a world like a 4-year cruise.
Correct. They have a 2-year. They have a 2-year. I want to say it was the Odyssey. It's a 2-year midterm cruise, so you can get away for 2 years, or a 4-year. And I believe it's $40,000 a year. The rooms are pretty expensive. You will get food. You'll get medical attention. You also have maid service. But you could literally go away for 4 years if you want to escape this country under Trump's rule.
So I wish I was a trillionaire. I'd put a lot of people on that cruise.
Well, I think it's a good thing for Whoopi. I think she should go there. She's so miserable and sunny. They're miserable.
She might lose a couple of pounds.
Stop being miserable and go. Just go and be happy. She complains constantly, but they always complain, say they want to leave. None of them leave.
Yeah. I posted something on TikTok that I'm sure got a lot of people pissed off, and I'm like, the best thing that came out of the Donald Trump victory was all these celebrities and elites and athletes are leaving America. I mean, because they're all saying they're going to leave, So I can't wait for that to happen. Please go.
Let them go to another country and spew their garbage and see what happens to them.
They'll slice their heads off and hang the bodies from the trees.
Well, there could be a few of them. That'll be all right. Oh, there you go.
Here it is. Cruise line offers 4-year trip for Americans wishing to escape Trump's second term.
Perfect.
Unbelievable.
I believe that was the Odyssey, but I'm not sure.
Because $40,000 for 4 years?
No, 40 grand a year, I think it was. It's a year.
But still, it's cheap.
Here it is. 4-year package costs $159,000 per person for double room, or $255 if you're single.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love it.
And I'm sure they're going to get a lot of people that want to go and do that. And I think it's great. Just go. Send the whole View. They could do their show from the cruise ship. Don't you think? That'd be the best way to do it. Get them out of here.
Absolutely.
But I know Whoopi said she's poor. She doesn't have a lot of money.
Here, let's watch this. Let's see. I want to hear what these bumbling idiots have to say. Let me know if you hear the sound. Hopefully they don't play a fucking commercial.
If you're looking for an escape
this
either for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, or 1 year, there's no better place than on a ship, right? Where you can wake up every day to a new backyard and get everything you need taken care of. Whether that's food or laundry or getting you around the world. It's a very reasonable and achievable way to live a lifestyle like this. So you have the 1 year escape from reality. You have the 2 year midterm selection. You have the 3 year anywhere but home, and you have the 4 year skip forward. And so regardless of who had won, we had this in the works. So it's not really a political campaign at all. It's just the timing is with the election, and it just happened that Trump won, and there's more Democrats that are unhappy about living in the US now than Republicans. We go to about 150 countries in the circumnavigation, about 425 destinations. So in the 4 year period, it might be a little more than that.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be on it now, but maybe
moving to a new state. Fine.
Let's pause this.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be on that now, but yeah, look at this on Fox News 5. They're talking about it. You got Yahoo News is talking about it.
So it's a little bit more than 40,000 a year then.
No, 40,000 4 years, 160. That's
Yeah, it'd be 160,000. So they had said 2
40 a
something.
year. Plus, I'm sure you get a lot of extra charges and this and that. So you probably walk out of a hell of a lot more than 160 grand. But have you guys ever been on a cruise?
No.
I love it. Oh yeah, I have.
I like it.
Marcus, weren't you just on one?
I was. Yeah.
Yeah, 7 days is max though. I mean, you're in a room the size of my closet. Even if you get the big room with the balcony, it's smaller than a bedroom, and and then the thing's rocking, and between the food that they got, and there's no way I could stay on that thing for even 2 weeks.
4 years.
4 years.
4 years. Well, at least you're away from Trump, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least you
like
don't
I
have
said,
to
if I had a
see
lot of
Vance.
money, I'd send a lot of people on that thing. I'd be like, here you go, it's paid for. Get on the
Maybe we
boat.
could start a GoFundMe.
Oh my God! Yes, we could. Yeah.
If we could get Whoopi and Sonny, and I don't even know the other women.
Sonny Bono?
No, Sonny Hostin, I think is her name or something. I don't know who she is. I know Joy Behar was a comedian. That's all I know before she got on this show.
Oh my God!
So, well, we could send her too.
All
I
right,
wouldn't mind getting her.
I think we should go fund them for a 4 year boat ride. Then we don't have to listen to them.
I love the 4 year escape reality cruise. You didn't get to see the clip where he said they had this idea before the election.
Right.
It's not a political cruise, though.
It's capitalism at its finest. No matter who wins, there. Though there's nobody on the right is going to leave their fucking country. They're like, fuck that, it's bullshit. It's only the lefties that are crying and whining and boo hoo boo. And have you heard about the new? There's a new. What are they calling it? A movement, the 4B movement.
Yep,
these women
sure have.
They're duct taping their crotches,
shaving
no sex,
their heads,
no babies, shaving their heads, looking like they had cancer. I had somebody post an amazing post. I'll see if I can find it here. About hey, I had cancer, and this is why I felt ugly because I had to cut my hair. And you people that are doing it, you guys are ugly even before you guys shaved your fucking heads, and that's so true. It's so
we're going to have
true.
a whole generation of nitwits not procreating. That's okay with me.
Yeah, absolutely.
And unfortunately, if you look at a lot of these people that are shaving their heads and saying that they're not going to have sex with men, I really don't think the lines outside their door are very long. I really don't.
It's not.
I'm just being honest.
Hey.
That's
we're just
all.
We're straight up no bullshit. We're telling it like it is.
I think it's easy for them to say that they're going to give up sex.
Yes.
That's like hating chocolate and saying I'm going to give up, Hershey bars for Lent. like, doesn't make any sense.
Right.
So them not having sex, that's okay with me, but I really don't think they're having a lot anyways.
Oh, you're like this.
Oh,
Let me pull this
God.
up. Let me pull this up
You
here.
know, the 4B, and I guess that the 4B means something. It's a Korean term. When I did some research into it, that whole
Here it
4B is
Four
something.
B's or four no's is
Yeah.
a radical feminist movement that emerged in South Korea during the mid to late 2010s on Twitter and on the website WOMAD.
WOMAD.
What is
I
that?
know WOMAD. Is
What
that
is
the world of music and dance? I'm very familiar with WOMAD. That's where it
Interesting.
started?
That's what it says here on Wikipedia.
Wow,
It's,
WOMAD comes every summer. It's a big music festival.
Let's see if WOMAD means the same thing. Let's take a look here.
I think it's the world of music and dance, I believe.
Website WOMAD, an online community of women based in South Korea, founded in 2016 after it split from Megalenia. I don't think it's the same website.
No? Okay.
Began restricting the use of homophobic and transphobic slurs. Oh yeah, so they're all full of all their shit. No sex with men, no giving birth, no dating men, no marriage with men. Okay, well I guess there's just a bunch of
So can they fool around with women then?
I'm guessing they can. Maybe that's
So
the
lesbians are okay, but heterosexual relationships, you're giving that up for 4 years.
right. Here we go.
Alrighty.
Trump, after Trump's win, women are considering the 4B movement. Oh my God.
Yep.
And you know what? That fist there, that's a communist. That's a communist fist. So unbelievable.
I thought a 4B movement would be like 4 shits in an hour.
Well, see, I have no idea. I don't even know where they come up with this stuff, but
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
Here's
the more
some-
they keep reporting on it, the more people are going to do it, and I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
I'm all right with these girls
Hey.
doing it.
As long as they don't start fucking burning down the cities and shit. Fucking go out and protest and make yourself angry women will change the world. No, you're not. You're just gonna look fucking stupid. So
They can go on the other side of the wall and
go.
protest. All right. Well, I want to get back to the
Whatever.
cruise
You know
thing real
what?
quick. I have a question for you guys. Do you
Yeah,
really
let's do it.
think this would be
Okay.
out there and the guy would be getting interviews if Kamala won?
No,
no.
Because I don't. I don't see
No,
him pushing this agenda
it's
for people to
definitely
get away from her.
It's a political deal. Okay, he says it's not but like it's a political deal. All right, I want to leave for 4 years. You think somebody that's even remotely conservative is going to jump on that boat? Anybody with logic is not going to want to get on a boat for 4 years. That does not make any sense. I mean,
No.
join the Navy, right? Like, do something. But
You know that one. Don, Sal, you'll know this. There's a gal named Karen on one of our threads that spews a bunch of her lefty bullshit, and she left for a 28-day cruise after the election. So I'm like, whatever.
That's great.
Bye. I'm glad you like the capitalism that you're fighting so hard to be shot down, because you won't be able to do that in the communist country. That's for damn sure.
28
But they
days.
don't-
That doesn't seem long enough.
Probably not.
yeah, can we extend it?
Oh, we're going to be posting well into 28 days.
Yeah, how about it?
There's going to be a lot of stuff I'm going to be
Well,
posting.
her and her hubby, they have to get back to their business that they run. So
Oh, well, it's important
absolutely,
that they have a livelihood here,
absolutely.
They're not that into the movement if they have to come back and, it was like we were talking on the last show that Tom Hanks did leave, but I guarantee you he didn't sell his property here in the United States.
No way.
I'm sure he just
way.
went somewhere else where he has another house, probably a vacation home. And if asked, he's going to say, well, I plan on going back after 4 years. So they always have something to fall back on, but
Of course.
let him go.
Well, I think it's going to be a lot more than 4 years, my friends. The golden age is here. Hey, what do you guys think of some of the congressional appointments, like Matt Gaetz?
Well, I think I like him, but
I
I
do
don't
too.
see him having a path. I really don't. I heard today that all it takes is four senators to question it and say they don't want him. I know Trump said that's non-negotiable. He's sticking by him over everybody. But I just have a feeling that they are not going to get him approved. I don't know why. I want him to get approved, but I just don't think it's going to work.
Yeah, I think you know what I think they've thought this thing through pretty well, and every time we think that the lefties are throwing some bullshit up, some more roadblocks, Trump comes out with something that just squashes it like a fucking bug. So
Yeah,
I think they're figuring out what they're gonna do, and they know they're like this is it, people. It's shit or get off the pot time. So we'll see.
I hope
Um,
he gets in, but I think it's going to be a tough one for him to get in there. And I know that a lot of the senators are pushing to have the information released on the accusations against him. And ever since he resigned from his position, that all went away. But they still want access to those files before they make their decision. But the speaker, Mike Johnson, is trying to stop that. He's saying it was never proven, it shouldn't factor in. So he's trying to stop it. I'm not sure that's a great idea. And I'm not sure that that's going to sit well with a lot of the Republican senators, that Mike Johnson's trying to stop the information from getting out there. So
Yeah,
I don't think that's a good
again,
thing.
if we learned anything from what Elon did with X, is that when you suppress or information, when you twist it, when you hide it, when you bury it, um, people get angry and they're going to dig even deeper, and it's going to come
Yeah.
out. I heard that they've just ordered a bunch of industrialized shredders for some of the from some of the DC offices and so forth, because and Elon put a thing out there, hey folks, if you shred evidence, that's illegal. You're going to jail. So it'll be interesting what happens. What do you think about this thing? CDC employees are reportedly preparing to submit their resignation letters in large numbers following the announcement of RFK Jr. will head the Department of Health and Human Services. Bye bye. You're
I
gonna
didn't
get
know
fired
they're leaving
anyway.
anyways.
Exactly.
They're
You're
leaving
gone.
before they get indicted.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're like Smith. He's
Yeah.
leaving before he gets fired.
So I'm going to pull this thing off track and about politics and everything else, because I just, there's something that I want to talk about that I think is very important. Okay. We all look at this politician and that one and this and then, that's this guy's fault and that guy's fault. Realistically, there's less than 20 people in this world that are responsible for all the problems. Okay. Okay. They're the true enemy. Okay. Failed governments, um, they're puppeteered by these people and they're financed and influenced by these people. Okay. And that's why the problems, they'll never resolve. Okay. Whether it's a conflict between Ukraine and Russia, or us and Ukraine and Russia, or whatever. Okay. It's not these idiots. It's not Joe Biden in his basement deciding he's going to give $250 million in weapons to Ukraine to blow up. The guy doesn't have that much thought going through his head. Okay. He's being puppeteered. Now, the problem is we're all going at the wrong. We're trying to solve the problem by going at the wrong um, um, person, the wrong people. Okay. Um, it's kind of like you go to work and you have a bad day at work. Okay. Because the boss, you got a suppressive, angry boss. Okay. And he kicks your nuts, and then you go home and you kick the dog, and you're mean to the wife, and you're an asshole to your kids, and you think you're resolving something. You're not resolving something, because you're not going at where the problem actually exists. And that's the problem with our governments. That's the problem with everybody. I don't know what there is, 300 million people in the United States. Do you think that we all want to really blow up in a World War III? Do you think that's what, do you think Joe Biden is actually orchestrating all of this? No. Okay. It's the people that are in charge. Okay. I don't know why these are not the targets for everyone to resolve their problems, rather than going at each other, because there's a thing called third party law. Third party law is when you can't resolve a problem between two people, and the reason why is because the conflict is not between those two people. It's an outside source. Okay, so it could be like a spouse and two spouses that have a problem and they can't figure out how to resolve it. Usually in the background, it's a mother-in-law, it's a father-in-law, it's an outside influence. Okay, it's the same thing now, but the thing is there's less than 20 people that orchestrate all the problems in the whole world. I don't understand why people are not smart enough to just go at these people, take these people out and resolve these problems. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys, but it makes perfect sense to me.
I think it's more than 20 people, and I think it's also the fact that a lot of these people are behind they're behind the curtain. They're Oz. They're in the shadows. We don't even know who half of them are. Do you agree?
I think you know who most of them are, but it doesn't take a whole lot of work to figure it out. Now I'm not going to put out names right now, but it doesn't take a whole bunch of work. Now, yeah, there's more than 20 people, but it's like a pyramid thing, right? There's less than 20 people at the very top, okay, and then it goes down, and their money and their influence and their power goes down, but then other people's influence and money and power as you go down that pyramid. And you understand pyramid because you're in network marketing. That's how it works, okay? And so if we take out these people, if these people are the actual targets as the actual enemies, the whole world's problems will solve. And I know it sounds like it's too simple, but it's really that simple. And we're going at this politician and that politician and this country and that country. It's all a bunch of bullshit because the conflicts are not between them. The conflicts are from people orchestrating all of this so they can create more wealth for themselves.
So who do you think the people are? Who do you think the main problems are?
Who?
Yeah.
I'd say Bill Gates is probably one of them.
I got a lot of names I could throw out there, but I'll just throw out names, the household names that you guys know. Okay, we're gonna throw out George Soros. Okay,
Yeah,
sure. We're gonna throw him out as one. We're gonna call out the CEO of BlackRock. Okay, Fink. Yeah. Okay, Larry Fink. We're gonna call all of these people that control like 80% of America's wealth. Okay. I mean, there's different families that all belong to this. I'm not going to go through names because I don't want to be put on the spot here, but it's not that hard. If you do just a little bit of research, you could figure this shit out in probably a day's worth of work, and you'd figure out who those 20 people were. And I don't know if you guys agree or you disagree, but that's my take on the whole thing.
No, I agree. I mean, Soros has been a problem for many years, funding the left, buying up all the radio stations, so the airwaves, which, if you remember 10, 15 years ago, AM radio, the talk radio, was mostly conservative.
Yeah.
It's not that way anymore. It's all like NPR now. And that's NPR is something we pay for. And that was because Soros was going out there and buying up all the radio stations to have them all shift to the left.
How about Bill Gates buying up all this farmland, right, to try and control the food for the communists? Mm-hmm. I mean, you could go through it, and you could figure it out. It's not that difficult to throw out there.
I'm looking at the Forbes top 10 billionaires. Gates isn't even in there. You've got people like obviously Elon Musk is number one, Larry Ellison from Oracle is number two, Jeff Bezos number three, Mark Zuckerberg number four. Mm-hmm. The Bernard Arnold and family.
Back up for a second, though, Marcus. When you look at these names, okay, what do they control? Zuckerberg controlled free speech, right?
Social media.
You look at them; they all had their part in suppression of people, right, and creation of money, okay. And he didn't just make money through a social media platform. He made money from the governments that supported the ghost users that put out the suppression of the free speech. So
you can go to Bezos too with Amazon.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The digital assistants, remember that? Just another way to influence people.
Remember the Alexa? Remember that the video I sent you guys on Alexa, where you asked different preferences on the politicians, and it gave like very generic ones for one, and it gave strong against for the other. I mean, it was very biased.
So glad he didn't win the contract with NASA. I really am so glad that Musk got it.
But when you look at these people, you could figure out how they orchestrated suppression. Okay,
it's like a chess game, Don.
Exactly. That's all it is.
They move all their pieces and they cover everything. Like you said, Zuckerberg, he controls majority of the social media. Well, he doesn't have his hands on TikTok, but
he controls some of it, not all of it, but a good portion of it. but he's turned around. I mean, he's changed his tune because I think he realizes
He's changing his tune because he's going to go to jail. That's why.
Yeah.
Well, he's going to go to jail, but possibly it's the fact that maybe he realized that, you know what, I planted my flag in the wrong camp. Maybe he bought into the lies too. Because let's face it, the American people, you know,
I'm not feeling sorry for him.
I'm not saying I feel sorry for him. I'm not saying that, but I think that the only way we're going to truly bring unity in this world is we have to stop. I mean, yes, people have to be held accountable. No question. I'm not discounting that. However, between the average people, like even like the Karens and the people on Facebook and so forth, most of them aren't going to listen to us. But when you attack something, it's like put your hand next to each other. If someone pushes on you, your natural reaction is to push back. But if you don't push back, guess what? There's nothing to push. So I'm just saying that there's got to be a way that we have to turn the conversation around to how do we bring people together. And I think we're probably not going to get to that point till probably after after January, February time period, because people are going to have to start to see the results that are going to be brought forth. But I do believe that there is going to be some conversations about how do we bring unity together? How do we bring America together again? Because that's what Trump wants to do. I mean, that's if you think about that whole dream team, you got people like, Elon Musk, previous Democrat. You've got Tulsi Gabbard. You've got RFK. You've got people that really understand common sense. They maybe were more liberal in their thinking.
And Trump was a Democrat too.
And they were exactly. So yeah. It's how do we bring America together? Right now, this is not the time for the conversation, but I just want to plant that seed that will be some of our conversations moving forward. I think because we need to we need to do our part to help bring America back to.
Well, I agree with you because I was a little surprised. Not so much that Morning Joe wanted to go and meet Trump, but I was a little surprised that Trump was okay with it, and he was. So going back to the point you just made, Marcus, I think you're right. He wants to bring people together because him sitting down with those two, and I know they were friends years before. They broke ties after his first term. But
Right.
for him to say, yeah, come on in, after he heard them talking that they wanted to talk with him, he called them up and said, yeah, I'm going to invite you over. Come on in. So I think that should prove to everybody too that, he's not going to be like a sore, I don't want to say a sore loser, but somebody who wants to get revenge now that he's in.
It's not about revenge. It's about accountability. It's a difference.
Well, here's the thing, right? Right now, we're all like, oh, we're conservative, okay? Well, the difference, Democrat, Republican, none of it really matters. What matters is who's actually here, okay, to create betterment for us. Right. For the citizens, for the country, for the land, and not this spin, not this hypocritical spin where we're going to make things better by implementing all these things that are actually bad for you. People that are, because any good idea, any good organization can be corrupted. Okay, and so I mean you could take the Catholic religion. You could use pretty much any good idea, any good organization, and you put the wrong people in charge of it, and you flip the script or you flip some stuff around, and what happens is they turn it into a destructive. So things that actually help you, all you have to do is turn it upside down, and all of a sudden they can play it off like this is to help you, but it's really there to destroy you. So the things that can help you, all you have to do is reverse it, and now it's there to destroy you. So like good ideas, good organizations, they can be manipulated, and when they're manipulated, that's what happens. So my theory is, okay, we all said that we were Democrat. You said you were
Libertarian.
Libertarian. None of this shit really matters. What we want is we want our country to get better, and we want to get better. Okay.
Sure.
And so it doesn't really matter what tag or what party they're in, because let's face it, let's say this thing never went Democrat again. Let's say they never went, these people destroyed the word Democrat. You don't think that these people are going to sneak in and they're going to be part of the conservative side, and all of a sudden we're going to be voting for these people because now they're voting under a fake name that they don't represent conservatism. So the bottom line is it doesn't matter. It's just who's here to help us. and who's here to destroy us. That's really what it boils down to.
And I think that's why you have the dream team. I mean, that's why they're gonna, there's a mandate, and Trump's he's about fulfilling the mandate. He's put people. I mean, he is shaking up fucking America. He's shaking up DC for sure because of all the appointments. He's putting people in that he feels will get the job done. That is about making America great again, about making America healthy again, about making it better for all of us, all Americans, regardless of whether you're left, right, or center. And again, I don't like labels either. I really don't. I used to call myself a progressive constitutionalist because I believe we need to have small government, get us back to running the way the Constitution, our founding fathers, laid it out to be. But I had some progressive ideas. I want to take care of the environment. I want to get rid of GMOs. I want to get, those used to be progressive ideas. Get rid of the glyphosates, get rid of the fucking Monsanto and all the bullshit, that's poisoning our world. Get rid of the vaccines and so forth. Those used to be left ideas. That's why I used to call myself I'm a progressive constitutionalist. And I don't use the word progressive anymore because it's got a weird name connotation to it now. But really, it's about making our lives better again, better for all of us. And I think he's going to do it. So we'll have to see. So.
Well, we'll have to see. Have you noticed that the left has stopped now going after Trump so much? They're going after his appointees now. That's what they're focusing on.
Oh, for sure, because they know that if they can knock some of them out, then he's not going to get his job done. But he's in for a rude awakening. They're in for a rude awakening. It's just because again, it's malice. They're going to be held for malice, and that is a arrestable offense. You will go to jail because you are spreading lies and you are trying to defame. It used to be called libel or what's the other one? There's libel and come on, guys, help me out. I can't remember. There's when you I know one's spoken and one's written, and I forget which one was which. But anyway, when you defame people that way, when you do that, people are arrested for less than that. So I mean, I think we're going to see some heads roll and accountability as they should be. They should be held accountable. Now, I'm not saying, well, barring, maybe what's his name, from the CDC, maybe he might have to hang from the gallows for crimes against humanity, what he did with the COVID. But everybody else, just throw him in jail for a while.
Fauci?
Fauci. Thank you. Let them learn their lessons. So,
at the end of the day, I think that what I would personally like to see is for people to transform their mindset because they actually see and feel the positives that come out of what's going to happen. Okay. That's my hope. Obviously I know hypnotized, brainwashed, whatever. You could hold it right in front of them. They don't know what it is.
Right.
But I'm hoping that people actually feel the positives, see the positives, and accept the positives. Like things are actually getting better in my life.
Yeah.
And so really try and change them to be a little bit more logical and say, you know what? I see something good. I see something good happening to me or my country, okay, or to the world. But instead of being like, oh well, you're sticking with this theory. Well, these people don't support my special interests or something like that. Because I think that's what a lot of the people were on the left side were special interests, global warming, whatever their nonsense was. But actually see things get better and actually be able to see the truth. Because if you can see the truth, because especially right now with AI coming in, like you see these videos, pretty soon you're going to be able to make anyone say and do anything. And you're going to say, see, I got a video.
Well, you already
and
can.
You're not going to know what's real and what's not. So if you don't understand what the truth is, you're going to be so screwed. You're never going to know which way is up.
Yeah.
Well, I think the people are going to start to see, maybe not right now, but maybe come spring and summer, they're going to start to see that their 401k is getting better. Gas prices are going down once we start drilling. They're going to see the prices in the grocery store not skyrocketing up. The price of cereal is not going to be $7, $8 a box. So with that, and then turning on the TV and watching the people like The View and MSNBC and CNN talk bad about these appointees when they're in office, they're going to start to connect the dots and say, wait a minute here, these people are wrong. So I think what you're saying, Don, is true. They're going to start seeing how better it is. And I hope that keeps going for the fact of us and in 2028. Not to mention the midterms too, because that's going to be another hurdle to climb.
Yeah. Well, we have to stay ever vigilant and keep on keeping on. You know, we have to keep the full press because it's not over. We're just getting started fixing America. So
And I think that's why Trump's giving like Elon Musk and Ramaswamy, he's saying by 2026 you need to do this, and he's telling Kennedy because he knows those midterms he's going to be graded real tough.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And he don't want to be a lame duck president after that.
The mandates need to be happening. So that's why I think they're gonna find ways to make things happen and not drag this shit out in Congress and all this stuff too. So, well, hey guys, this has been a great conversation. I appreciate it. For our viewers and listeners, we are going to be going live on a regular basis. We'll be put on a schedule. Right now, tentatively, it's going to be Tuesday nights at 6 o'clock, but we will let you know for sure. Follow us on Facebook, follow us on TikTok, on X, and we will keep you guys all posted. So, Don, Sal, great conversation. And until next time, we'll see you all on Straight Up No Bullshit. Cheers, everybody.
Bye, guys.
All right.